Welcome to the Last Drill podcast. My guest today is Don Coleman. So Don, I'm gonna go back, man, to when I met you as a 10, 11-year-old kid and you was playing with the Will Avery Stars. This is when I knew you were gonna be a good basketball player. I was talking to Pete, who was coaching you at the time, and Pete was saying, man, Don keep texting me after every tournament. Just want to know how he did. And I told Pete, I said, Pete, man, that kid gonna be good. He's like, you think so? I was like, nobody that young normally cares that much. And the fact that you would reach out to him told me everything I needed to know about you as a player. But you did break my heart when you left.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Man, that's crazy you brought that up because the clip my brother showed me, you were saying the same thing. And I was like, yeah, after every game, I used to always text Coach P to be like, what I need to do better. After every tournament, I'm like, what I need to do better, what I need to do to play more, or, what I need to do for you to trust me here in this spot, in this spot. And I was, like you said, at a young age, so that's how you know you really care about the game. And like you said about me leaving, the whole decision about me leaving just happened kind of quick because, like, we combined with Georgia Line and Heat.
Yeah.
And then, back when we was young, I was good, but, I knew people around me was kind of better, so I knew I had work to do. So I was like, I probably need to go get my own team so I can develop my skills and get even better and better and better. And that's kind of how it went. So that's kind of how that decision kind of played out, honestly.
Where did you get that mindset at such a young age just to reach out for the coach like that? Because I was thinking about it today and I was like, at 10 years old, and I was a gym rat, all that stuff, but at 10 years old, I just never thought to reach out to and most 10-year-olds just feel like any conversation with an adult is awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so where did you get that mindset?
I don't know. I think me and Coach Pete just had that relationship because he used to pick me up every day for practice, drop me off. AU tournaments, he used to pick me up, drop me off. If my mom didn't have this, he'd make sure, I had it. So I think we just had that relationship to where I always knew I can trust him. I trust his word. And he just got me better as a player, so I knew I could trust him. So anytime I had a question, I was always asking him. Anytime that I didn't think something was right, I always asked him what's right, was I wrong, this, that, and the third. So yeah, I think just me and him having that relationship really, man.
Yeah. And I had this vision in my mind when I saw y'all because originally when I sponsored the team, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I was still playing. And so when I came back, and I think the first time I was on a trip where I really got to, interact with you guys was in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, for the Nationals.
Yeah, Nationals.
And I was like, man, I got this vision for this group, just development. Hopefully some of them grow.
Yeah.
And you guys did that, but then you guys started to leave.
Yeah, branch out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how to. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the hard part about it when you're developing young kids. Are you going to be able to keep them? Because like you said, you wasn't as good as the other players, and you needed to get better.
Yeah. You
were looking at, well, maybe this situation here isn't the best situation for me because I really can't develop.
Yeah, see, I was always thinking like that at a young age. For some reason, I was always thinking like ahead. Like, okay, maybe I need to do this, that, and third. I was always like 2 steps ahead, always, for some reason. I don't know why.
But,
always.
I think it was the right decision. I faced a decision like that when I was young. I was an 8th grader, and Buck Harris was coaching the Augusta Metros. As y'all played for the Augusta Metros as well. And Ricky and Vontigo were sophomores, and he still wanted to bring me on this team as an 8th grader. So I would go to practice, and I thought, I know I got a lot better there just being able to practice against them every day. But when I looked at the big picture, it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna really benefit from this because when it comes to the games and this tournament, I don't know how many reps I'm gonna get.
Yep.
And so I chose to stay at my own age and dominate that circuit because my own age group, we were good enough, we were playing a national schedule. I was like, I'm just gonna do this and just keep getting better. I don't think that's the right decision for me to join that team. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to you in high school. You commit to FAU. Whatever happens, you don't go. You go to JUCO. Talk about that experience. And I know I've been watching. You've been an advocate for JUCO. Just talk about that experience.
See, that experience was a different experience, man. Like they said, JUCO, you got to be like a real dog to like make it in JUCO. So going into my JUCO, I knew I only had 1 year to get these big offers to come in and make my decision. So not going to FAU was like a decision to make, like, bank on myself. Like, I wanted bigger offers, you know, I wanted better opportunities. So, Lawson State came up, Birmingham, Alabama. The coach was basically telling me, like, you know, you're gonna come here, I'm gonna let you, you know, play your game and rock out. And that's kind of how that went, man. Now, when I first got there, like, I wasn't really the point guard. I wasn't really my team. I had to really, like, go snatch it and go grab it. And then, like, once I grabbed it, it was mine from there, really. And yeah, it was a grind, man. Like, living situation wasn't the best. Birmingham was in a rough neighborhood. Yeah, I even did summer school. I was down by myself, summer school, in the dorm by myself. But I was just so focused. I already knew the goal I had at hand was to get a D1 scholarship, high major at that. I made sure I wanted to go high major. Like, that was highlight. I wanted to go high major, see how it was to play at that level, because I knew I could play at that level. And I went JUCO, had a great year, had a lot of D1s, a lot of high majors, a lot of mid majors, and I ended up going with University of California.
So if you could tell a young kid that's facing that decision and he or she has to go the JUCO route, how would you tell them to approach it?
First, you got to make sure you got a good circle around you, a good team, or, you know, your brother, your sister, your mom, just good people around you so you could, you know, ask questions and get good advice. That's the first thing. And second thing, I just say, just trust your gut. Like, if you know you a hard worker, you know you're gonna put in the work, and you believe in yourself, then, you know, that's the route you should go. But if you know you're not gonna work hard, if you quick to give up, then that's probably not the route you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna be easy. Because yeah, my path wasn't easy. A lot of people think it was easy. It wasn't easy at all. I probably made it seem like that, but there was a lot of long nights, long days. Me texting you when I was at JUCO and all type. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff like I had to go through and get through mentally. Yeah. But you got to make sure you have a good circle around you. Just make sure your mental's strong. Honestly, make sure your mental's strong.
Did you ever feel like there was pressure? Like, man, if I don't make it here.
Oh yeah.
You felt like it was like my last chance.
Yeah, I felt the pressure from when I committed to Cal. Like, yeah, once I got to Cal, and I was like, okay, I got to at least, you know, get to the NBA or, you know, get here. I can't go back to Augusta. I'll be a failure. In my head, I'm be a failure. But looking back on it, it's all full circle 360. So everything happened for a reason. But yeah, I did have put a lot of pressure on myself, I would say.
So after you go to Cal, who else was on you though? Who was it between? Like, did you ever consider anybody else?
Yeah.
And what made you choose Cal?
It was between Cal, Georgia Southern, and Cleveland State. Cleveland State was on me hard. Cleveland State was like basically trying to give me the keys, but Cal, Coach Martin, Conzo Martin, once I had a conversation with him, like, he was kind of like straightforward. He was like, I ain't gonna give you nothing, like nothing guaranteed. Like, I'm gonna give you a good education, I can promise you that, but I'm not gonna promise you no minutes on the floor. You're gonna have to earn that. He was like, I got this player, that player. He's like, I really don't need you, but I want you. I want to develop you. I want to develop you as a man on and off the court. And he did that, man, like, especially off the court. Like, on the court, I probably didn't agree with a lot of stuff he did because I was younger then, but like, looking back on it now, which we still talk now, like, he told me Happy Father's Day, he texted me out the blue, told me Happy Father's Day. So it's like small stuff like that I know, like, build relationships, like.
And so we have a mutual friend who was on that staff with you guys, Tim O'Toole. So by that reaction,
okay, yeah, Coach O'Toole, yep.
So Tim O'Toole Coach O'Toole was on the staff at Duke when I was being recruited. I'm sure he probably told you that.
Yes.
You know, while he was there. Talk about his intensity.
Man.
What's that like every day in practice?
Man, Coach O'Toole is crazy, man. That's my guy. He had a lot of long talks with me too. Like, when I had like my problems and stuff, he'd put me in his office, long talks, give me books, long lectures, bring up Augusta. So many stories, man, but his energy and passion for the game is crazy, man. Like, I learned a lot from him, like, but a lot of energy, man. He's still coaching now, like, a lot of energy. A lot of respect for Coach O'Toole, though. Yes, a lot of respect for Coach O'Toole.
No, a great dude,
man.
Great
definitely.
dude. Every time I see him, give a hug. He
always got a smile
you.
on his face.
Yeah,
crazy,
it's
man.
Good. So you go to Cal, man. I know people probably like, oh man, it's too big of a school for him. You know, what is he going to do there? Your first year was, you know, kind of quiet, and then the next year you kill it.
Yep.
You know, let's talk about that. Yeah, like, talk about what went into your development between your first year and your second year there at Cal. What did you do? Who did you work with? Talk about some of those things.
After my first year, like, I really just watched like the people that was playing in front of me, like Jabari Bird. He was like All-American. He ended up getting drafted by the Celtics. Ivan Rabb was All-American. He ended up getting drafted by Memphis. So when I wasn't playing, I used to always watch them at practice or when they working out by themselves. If they got their little individual workouts, I'm watching them, picking up little things from them. So then after the season, in the summertime, I didn't really come home. I stayed at Cal. I worked out like every day. I did every session with the team. I made sure I was in shape, locked in, watched a lot of film. That was a big thing on the summertime. Watched a lot of film with Coach Joaquin. That was our new head coach coming into my junior year. A lot of film and just a lot of work, just a lot of nights in the gym, a lot of mornings in the gym. Like I told you, I didn't come down here for the whole summer, so I stayed in Cali the whole summer. Didn't see my family really. A lot of sacrifice. Gotta have a lot of sacrifice. And then once the season rolled around, I kept working, watching film. Was doing good in practice, and then the season started, and then I started the season out real strong, man. Started the season out good.
And so you mentioned a lot of film several times. Like, talk about how that helped your game and what things you were looking for while you were watching film.
Yeah, it helped my game a lot. And then, watching film with Coach Webster, Coach Morin, even Coach Joaquin, like, we're not watching highlights. We're watching my turnovers, my missed assignments, bad shots, 1 foot passes, not playing off 2 feet, little stuff like that, to where you can correct it when you're playing in the game, you know what I'm saying? But more than likely, looking at my errors, looking at corrections, not much more like buckets and highlights and stuff like that.
Right. So when I would watch film in college, obviously you're looking at the mistakes and some of the things you're doing good, but for me, it was always about the reads.
Yes, the reads. Yep.
And not only making the right reads, but am I making them quick enough? And always when I'm preparing for that, that other opponent, how can I take advantage of their defensive schemes and the way they're playing the pick and roll and different things like that. That's always what I look for. I always love to be prepared going into the game. That, okay, I know they're in the drop coverage, so now that's gonna go into my work that week. They're in the drop, so now my work is I'm coming off pick and roll, shooting mid-range jump shots. Or I'm coming off and then we're gonna work on re-screening it and I'm gonna get that shot. So, film is extremely important, not just for guards, but for everybody. And I don't think at the high school level, kids watch film enough.
Oh, yeah.
And nowadays we got all the tools, whether it's Huddle or, if your school is really investing, in the program, you have Synergy.
Yep, Synergy.
Yeah, so there's no excuse to why high school kids should be watching. Should be watching film. And for me, and it sounds like for yourself as well, it's a game changer, right? It's a game changer. Yeah. So you come back that next year, man, and you're killing. I'm telling everybody, hey man, that's my young fella from the crib. He's going off in Maui. He's killing. I'm watching you do the 94 feet with Jay Billis. Jay is my guy, but man, you just kill it. And so you averaged 14 points a game that year, and you transfer. What went into that decision?
Honestly, man, just a lot of losing, man. We lost a lot that year. Like I was having good games, bad games too, but scoring, taking all the shots and all that stuff. But like, I wanted to win my senior year, so really just a lot of losing. But going back on it, I probably a lot of losing and just being young, making fast decisions, not talking to people, thinking I know it all.
Because I'm going to tell you, man, you don't see a lot of guards that average 14 a game in the Power 5 conference transfer.
Just thinking I knew it all, man. But bad decisions, like I said, honestly, bad decisions, just thinking I knew it all. Having a big head.
Especially because, correct me if I'm wrong, but at that time you had to sit out a year, right?
So I
was like, dang, man, kid averaged 14. I'm looking next year, he's going to really take off and get to 20. He's starting to figure things out.
Just bad decision. I would just bad decision.
If you could go back, you would stay.
Yes, definitely stay. Yeah. My brother told me all the time. Even when I made that decision, my brother was like the main person telling me, like, man, I don't think it's a good decision, but I'm going to be behind you, whatever you decide. My mom was saying the same thing, like, you need to get your degree from Cal, like, don't worry about basketball, but I also focus on the basketball.
That Cal degree,
but you live and learn, you live and learn, man. But definitely a bad decision, man.
But fast forward now, man, I love, what you're doing now, the way you give back to the community and what you're doing with the young people. And you're actually teaching, like, in the classroom, like, what subject do you teach?
Science, man, 8th grade, science. It's going into my 4th year. 8th grade science, I love it, man. The kids get on my nerves most of the time, but for the most part, I love it, man.
So, what things do you take from the basketball court, because you coach there as well? What things do you take there in the classroom and vice versa?
Just saying lock in for the most part. All the kids that see me, they say lock in. So just saying lock in on the court, lock in the classroom, lock into their work. My preparation as far as going into my workouts, the same as going into my lesson plans, my my assignments, my labs, my projects with my students. I take the same progression I take as if I'm going into a game as if I'm going into the classroom or a new day, to be honest with you.
And that's what I was going to ask you, because I watch you, and when you're going into your workouts, I see you prepared.
Yeah.
You got everything you want to hit that day, and it's the same way in the classroom.
Yeah, yep. Same way. I got to write everything down, have a plan. Just like we in college, you got to schedule with everything. You got to study hard, you got weights, you got workout, you got practice, you got you know what I'm saying. So I try to keep that structure in my life. Yeah, that structure.
And usually when you're playing, you can work more efficient.
Yes.
You can get through the things you want to get through. And I see you with your girls basketball team. You're really pushing them. Are you pushing the students that way academically?
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah, even the girls I teach, even the girls I coach and teach. Yeah, I want them hard about them grades. Grades is always first for me. Like school first. Yeah, school first. Always.
When did you know you were going to be a teacher?
When did I know I was going to be a teacher, man? 2023, I would say, yeah. Probably like a week before I decided I was going to be a teacher. I was just trying to decide what I was going to do with my degree, because I was kind of like stuck and lost in the mud, didn't know what to do, didn't know if I wanted to keep pursuing basketball. Well, I know I didn't want to keep pursuing basketball. I knew once I didn't make it, I knew once my NBA dreams was over, I knew I didn't really want to go overseas. I didn't want to play in this league or that league.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of give back. So I was asking my brother, like, how can I give back or, get into coaching? He was like, you probably could start teaching, use your degree. You can start teaching like that. So I ended up hitting up my old principal that was at Butler, that was the principal at Spirit Creek Middle. And then she hit me up like right away, like, I can hire you on the spot. You can teach you can teach that, you can coach this and that. And it started from there.
But most basketball players, what that means is I'm going to go teach PE.
Yeah.
You're teaching science.
Yeah.
So what was your degree in?
Interdisciplinary studies. Yeah, interdisciplinary studies. And when I first took the job at Spirit Creek, I was supposed to be teaching special ed. But like the first day of school, my principal called me to the office, was like, Mr. Coleman, I need an 8th grade science teacher. Now I feel like you're the man for the job. Can you do that for me? And mind you, going into our first meeting, I told her that's one subject I did not want to teach was science.
Right.
And I ended up teaching science, and now I know it like the back of my hand. So it's all God, man.
But I think it's also a testament of your work ethic. Like, no matter when I met you when you was 10, you figured out, now I need to go this route and I need to work on my game, and then what you came to be. And I think you did the same as a teacher. Like, okay, I got to teach science, so I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to be good at that as well. And so I love that about you, man. So when I see you with the young kids, I know it's like, if they pay attention and listen to him, they're going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's done it. And most of the time, we teach or train based on our experiences in life. And so for you, I see him, and I was like, and I try to keep up with them, because I know they're going to improve, and they're going to be better because they're in the gym with you. What's that been like for you, though, man? I know you enjoy it, but like, a lot of times, other people see things in us that we don't. And now you're in that position where you see things in kids that they don't.
Man.
So who's been like the kid with that surprised you or has the highest ceiling that you work with?
Yeah, well, off the rip, I can just say my niece. I work with my niece since she was in the 6th grade. Well, now she's in 8th grade, going to the 9th. Like in the 6th grade, she didn't really know how to dribble, shoot, like none of that. Like, couldn't do nothing. I couldn't really put in the game. But we worked all her 6th grade summertime going to 7th grade. The 7th grade, she had a good year. I coached her. All 8th grade summertime, we worked. Had this past 8th grade year, she had a good year. I coached her. And this summer, like, we kind of stopped working for real, because she kind of doing some other stuff. But her improvement is crazy. Like, everybody didn't seen it. Like, even her mom be surprised. But like, she got like probably like the most potential I've seen from a girl down here in a minute, honestly. And she works hard, because I work hard.
Yeah, and you can really, really push her where you can maybe even cross the line.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, he loves me and he cares. So it's coming from a good place.
And that's what I be trying to explain to her. I be trying to explain to her, like, you got to keep working, man. Like, there's a lot of girls in your grade that's working. Like, girls in Atlanta, girls in Texas. I be trying to tell all the girls that I work out down here in Augusta, like, I got to keep working, man, because it's not just Augusta. You got girls in different states that's working. Like, you think you're working, but you really ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One workout a day, that's not going to be enough. You got girls doing 2 or 3 workouts a day. That's in like 7th, 8th grade. Crazy.
Right. And, when you look at, not just NIL, but on the girls' side, the program with their new collective bargaining agreement, their new CBA, like, now they're making real money.
Yes.
And so for these young girls that you're working with, it's a real opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I be trying to explain to them, man. That's why I be so hard. That's what I be trying to explain to them, man. There's a lot of money out here, there's a lot of opportunity, man. Like, is bigger than Augusta, because you know some of these kids really don't see outside of Augusta like that. So me being made it outside of Augusta, I can kind of tell them like, man, there's bigger stuff out here than just Augusta stuff, man.
And we need that. You know, it's just
because we got the talent.
we do. You know, getting out of your environment and being exposed to different things can be extremely helpful. You know, for me, it changed my whole thought process, you know, the way I look at things, and I was able to get there at a young age. So I've always thought different. You know, even with you all, when I'm looking at kids, I'm always thinking different, like, you know, you guys can do everything everybody else is doing. And I always felt like the difference is the reason we don't have as many pros in the area. We don't have as many, because you gotta understand what a pro is. You know, for me, I had Mike Curry, and I saw that as a young kid. I got to see him work.
Michael Curry recruited me too, Michael Curry.
Right, yeah, but Mike was extremely influential in my life. I got to see what a pro worked like. I got to hear what a pro talk like. You know, just the way he interact. He would bring other guys in. We would work out together. So I got to see that. You know, at a 12, 13 years old. So I was like, all right, this is how I got to work.
Yeah, you knew the standard.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we don't have a lot of that coming back here to show us. So it's important for guys like yourself, like me, who's played at high levels, to come back and give that to the next generation. You know, so I love that. But now I think you may have the biggest task of your coaching career. First of all, congratulations, being hired by Fox Creek.
Appreciate it, thank you.
You know, and when I look at Fox Creek's girls program, you know, it needs some work. You know, it needs some work. So what's your plan? How do you plan to build that program?
Just like we've been preaching, man, just the work. Just start from the work, man. I got a good group of girls over there. Hopefully I can get some more girls to come with me, you know what I'm saying? But just work, just put the work in.
So what are you saying, actively recruiting?
Yeah, man. But no, hopefully, you know, some of my girls that I coach middle school with, you know, hopefully they'll come with me. But just put the work in, man. Work, just bring my mindset and my DNA, everything that I've been through.
But so their model is different though. Like they're a charter school.
Yeah, charter and public school. Yep.
Yeah. So talk about the rules and regulations. Like, what kids can you get to go to Fox Creek?
That's a good question. I got to find that out. That's a good question.
Yeah, you better find that out.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or you're gonna make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, you're right. Especially with me, you're right.
Yeah, go find it out. But
Yes,
no, man. But I love seeing you on the girls' side.
Yes,
sir. I did it.
Yeah.
I did it for 5 years, and people thought I was crazy, but I always would tell people.
You did it when it wasn't popular, man.
That's right.
Yeah, you did it.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I remember when I used to see, I was like, hey, we're working with girls. Man, Deja Benjamin. I was just telling him about Deja Benjamin, Jada, all the girls.
Yeah. But I had a vision, and I always felt like, I always think it's like a 7-inch difference, like when you look at males and females. So a 6'2" girl is like a 6'9" boy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so I was like, we have more 6'2" girls than 6'9" boys in the area.
Yep.
And so, and what I did, I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna coach an 11th grade team, but I want 9th and 10th graders in the mix as well. And so I can develop and I can just keep bringing girls along. You know, I never have to just lose a whole team. You know, so instead of a team, I really have a program. And so and that's how I built it. And you know, every girl on there was going to college. You know, I figured out the landscape and the tournament directors, who I need to play, where I need to be, and you know, it was fun because you know, with guys sometimes you can rely on athleticism. You know, with girls, it's more strategic. You know, so you can really get in there and teach the game. You know, and so I enjoy,
especially if they really want to learn it. And they more open to, you know, criticism and all that stuff. It's just easier with girls, man.
Yes, I enjoyed that aspect, man, and had a really good time. And you know, they had a lot of success with it. You know, so I'm glad to see you on there because they need that. You know, the girls in the community need that. So like, what's the end game for you, man? Like, what do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you working toward? You know, and I see you doing a lot with the girls, like you're taking them to college games so they can get that exposure. So you're doing a lot of good things, but you know, where does Don Coleman want to be in the next 5-10 years?
Next 5-10 years, man, hopefully somewhere, you know, coaching in college, assistant coach, or, you know, skills developing personnel at a college somewhere. or at a WNBA team somewhere, like developing coach or developing skills person, training, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
So that's the part of coaching you like the most is the skill development.
Yeah. And I like coaching too, but like I done been working out kids so much. Like now I like just being in the gym, putting together workouts, looking at their game, seeing what they need to work on, trying to tune up myself, give them different things out of my game too as well.
Yeah. No, man, I love what you're doing. I wish you nothing but success, man. Appreciate you taking the time, man, and good luck with everything.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate it, man. Yes, sir, Will.